You've seen the headlines, right? The social media callouts, the shaky fan videos, another pop star, caught, lip-syncing. It kicks off this huge debate every single time. But what if getting caught isn't really about cheating? What if it's all part of the plan? Let's get into it.
So here's the core question we're tackling. Is lip-syncing a sign that an artist is, a fraud? Or is it actually a necessary tool in the wild, high-stakes world of modern pop? Well, the answer is a whole lot more complicated than you might think.
Okay, so first, let's talk about what I'm calling the unspoken sync. We're about to pull back the curtain on a practice that is way more common than people realize and almost totally misunderstood.
The very first thing we need to do is change how we look at the problem. See, this isn't always about a lack of talent. For a lot of performers, it's about pure and simple survival. The demands of today's pop shows are just insane. They push artists to their absolute physical and technical breaking points.
And that brings us right to the 6 major pressures of pop. These are kind of the hidden reasons that turn what seems simple, singing live, into this massive logistical nightmare.
You can really break these reasons down into 3 big buckets. First, there's the sheer physical demand. You're doing intense choreography while trying to sing, plus you have to preserve your voice over a 100-date tour. That's a massive strain. Then, you've got the production logistics. For live TV or at award shows, schedules are super tight, and sound checks can be a mess, so going fully live is a huge risk. And for big arena tours, using pre-recorded stuff guarantees sound consistency, so the show sounds perfect whether you're New York or Tokyo. And finally, it's about the artistic goal. Sometimes the visual priority, the whole spectacle of it, is the point. That's when you see artists use a hybrid approach, blending live vocals with some support to get the best of both worlds.
So now we kind of get the why. Let's look at some real-world case studies to see how different artists actually use this playbook.
In Western pop, you can really see the whole spectrum of strategies. You've got an icon like Britney Spears, whose shows are legendary for their intense, physically demanding dance routines. The vocal takes a backseat to the movement. Then you have a vocal powerhouse like Beyoncé, who is known for singing live, but still chose to lip-sync at a presidential inauguration because of cold weather and technical risks. It was about guaranteeing a flawless moment. And then someone like Justin Bieber might use backing tracks on his most demanding songs to save his stamina during a really long tour. See? Every choice has a purpose.
And it's not just a Western thing. We see this exact same balancing act in K-pop and P-pop, where that intense, perfectly synchronized choreography is absolutely key. Giants like BTS and Blackpink are masters at blending live singing with backing tracks to keep their energy up and their sound consistent. Some groups like EXO might even use fully all-recorded tracks for their craziest dance breaks to ensure absolute precision.
The show is the art. But on the other side, you've got a group like P-pop's SB19, who are famous for prioritizing that raw vocal, singing live through some seriously tough choreography. Neither one is right or wrong. There's just different artistic choices about what makes a performance great.
Okay, want to sound like you're in the know? Let's quickly decode some of the lingo the pros use. Understanding these terms is the key to figuring out what you're really hearing at a show.
First up is AR, which stands for all recorded. This is pretty much what it sounds like, a 100% full-on lip sync. The vocal you're hearing is a perfect, polished studio track. This is what you use when precision is everything, like during those mind-bendingly complex K-pop dance formations.
Next, we've got MR for music recorded. Now hold on, because this one's different. This is not a full lip sync. With an MR track, all the music and instruments are pre-recorded, but the artist is singing the main vocal part completely live over it. It's basically the world's most professional-grade karaoke. And finally, we have the one you'll run into the most, the backing track. This is the ultimate hybrid. The artist is absolutely singing live, but there's another vocal track layered quietly underneath. It might have harmonies or some extra vocals in the chorus, just to sweeten the sound and give it that big album-quality feel without losing that live energy.
So we've gone through the pressures, the artists, the lingo. What does it all add up to? Let's bring it all home with the final takeaway.
Here's the bottom line. Our whole idea of what a live performance even is, well, it's evolved. It's not a simple black and white issue of real versus fake.
Especially in the world of pop, a truly great show often demands a smart, skillful mix of different approaches to balance perfect sound, insane stamina, and unforgettable spectacle.
So at the end of the day, using vocal support isn't just a decision about singing. It's a production choice. It's a tool that's used to build and manage the incredibly complex machine of a modern pop show. It's part of the architecture of the performance itself. And that really leaves us with one final question, and this one's for you. When you're at a show, what do you value more? The breathtaking, flawless, larger-than-life spectacle, or the raw, maybe a little imperfect, but undeniably live vocal? There's no right answer here, but what you choose might just tell you a lot about what kind of music fan you are. Thanks for watching.